Hi, this is Justin Popovich with toolsformotivation.com. In today's training, I'm going to show you, see it on my screen here, how to create presentation content on the fly with PLR content combined with Canva. PLR stands for private label rights. That means it's content that you can customize, edit, change, and then brand as your own. It's what we sell here at toolsformotivation.com. And then, of course, Canva. Hopefully you've heard of it by now. You can go up to canva.com and sign up for a free account if you don't have one yet. Hopefully you do. If you do any kind of publishing online, Canva is going to be a must-have tool for you. And what I'm going to show you today is actually using the free level of Canva. Although once you get into it, you'll probably want to upgrade to a premium user account, but we'll go into that another time. In this demo, I'm going to show you something very quickly that you could implement within minutes after watching this video. And it'll allow you to create presentation material, which is extremely important, especially in this day and age when it comes to building a brand, connecting with prospective buyers, or even existing buyers, building a deeper connection. Having presentation content is a great way to just strengthen that relationship, and people will want to do business with you more if you do well at it. So let's take a look at what we're covering today. In this training session, first I want to talk about why presentation content is more important than ever. We're going to look at why creating presentation content is easier than ever. An example, and I'm going to go through this step by step using private label rights content and Canva, and we're going to do it on the fly here. We're going to create a presentation together. Very, very simple. You could try it out right after this. And then how to quickly record it in this presentation we're building in your own voice using some of the built-in tools in Canva. Even if you've been using Canva before and you already know some of this, I suggest you watch because it might spark a few ideas for you on how you could be a bit more productive and crank out even more content. So let's first start by talking about the benefits of doing online presentation content like I'm doing right now, right? I'm on screen. I'm speaking into a mic. I'm demonstrating stuff to you, hopefully showcasing some of my expertise. I'll let you be the judge of that. But that's the idea here, is that if you're just publishing content in one format only, let's say it's text-based, you're really limiting yourself and your ability to connect with your audience. Whereas if you're doing presentation content, now you could be on camera, like I am right now in a little circle, or you could be off camera with just your voice and visuals, or you could do some kind of combination. But either one of those is better than just text-based content. So there is a value here to doing presentation-based content in the sense that you will be showcasing your expertise at a deeper level. It does personal branding for you. So if you're building an online business with a personal brand, so for example, I introduced this video by saying, hello, this is Justin Popovich from Tools for Motivation. So there is a personal brand and there's also our business brand, but they're kind of interlinked, and it helps us in terms of our branding, build that connection. A lot of our customers know me as sort of the head of Tools for Motivation. They also know our team. So we do individual personal branding inside of the business as well. But if you are personally speaking on these presentations, it'll help you with that engagement. Another thing to consider here, it's a more effective form of teaching and better student retention. So when you present something, especially on video, again, whether your face is on screen or not, there's a higher probability that the student will retain the information and apply it into their lives at a deeper level. Yes, they can read it, but just in general, I'm sure you'll find this as well, that if you're going through video-based content and you're given clear instructions on what to do next, this is especially important in technical-based presentations, but even it's more soft skill stuff. If there is a video presentation where somebody's actually explaining in low-level detail what to do, there's nuances in the language, in the body language, and the communication, even just the way I'm inflecting my voice right now, will likely stick with you better than if you were to read step-by-step bullet point format of what I'm trying to teach you today. So the impact on your student is greater, which again, you're delivering more value in that case. And then once you have a presentation style content up and running, it can be repurposed and distributed into many different formats and platforms. I'll let you kind of run with that in your mind. I'm sure off the top, you can kind of think of all the different social media platforms. There's YouTube, there's Vimeo, there's also platforms that you can publish to, like blogging, where you can intermix content, text-based content. You can have an image, you can have an audio little bit in there. Then you can embed a video as well. So you can start using different styles of content merged into one delivery mechanism. So creating the presentation content is easier than ever, is what I kind of mentioned earlier, because we're using Private label writes content from Tools to Motivation. I should say, by the way, before I go any further, you don't have to use private label rights. Maybe you already wrote some text-based content yourself, like an article or a tips report, something that communicates some value, some of your expertise into written format. That's good too. But if you have private label rights content from a business like ours, or there's plenty of other PLR providers out there, that's a great starting point. You've got the lesson in text format, and then you're going to blend it with the powers of Canva. Again, we're going to use a free level account in my demo today. And within a matter of minutes, have a presentation up and running. In the past, I started my digital business close to 15 years ago. This was a lot of work. There was a ton of moving parts and a lot of techie, like low-level techie complexity type of things. That's all almost been removed now with some of these great tools that we have at our disposal. So let me jump into a demo where I'm actually going to show you both a PLR article and some free templates in Canva and how we can quickly merge these together and have a presentation up and running in no time. So the first thing I'm showing you here is a private label rights article from our company, Tools to Motivation. This was actually sent out. If you're on our mailing list, you would have received this article for free. Every week we send out a little freebie, so you have some material like this. So if you come across one of our tutorials, you don't have to actually buy anything to try it out for yourself. Ideally, if you like it, you come back and check out some of our paid packages, but at least start here so you have something. So this article is called 4 Habits to Help You Improve your Focus. And you can see the article is quite short. It's 400 some odd words. So there's an intro, and then there's basically the 4 sections of the tips that are being given out here in the article for the reader to maybe try out and improve their focus, right? So intro, section 1's about having a plan. Section 2 is about the moment of enjoyment. 3, be persistent. 4, have a day off, and then a little closing statement. So all in all, there's really 6 sections of content here. And that's important to keep in mind because as you structure a presentation, you need to kind of logically think about how you want to break this up. Now, with Canva.com, again, we're going to use a free level account. You can quickly turn this into a presentation just using one of their free templates. So let's go over here. I'm going to go to the home page of Canva, and this may change depending on when you're watching this. Canva is constantly updating their schemes and their designs. So when you log into your Canva account, at some point you'll be able to come in here and tell Canva what I'd like to create. So today I want to create a presentation. It's actually popping up as a suggestion here. So I want to create a presentation. I'll just click there. It's going to start with a blank one, but it's also going to pop up on the left here in the design tab some suggested templates that you can use. Now, as you scroll these, you will notice that some of them are free and others are pro or paid. So if you do not have a pro account with Canva, then I would stick to the free ones. If you do have a pro account, then your options are huge. You have a whole lot of option there. And again, it's probably something you'll want to consider as you grow your digital business if you're not all that experienced yet. As you start to gain momentum and start generating more revenue, you'll want to definitely create a pro account here because there's way more options. So let's just pick this one here, this minimalist deck. I'm just picking something random. And you can apply all 10 pages to your existing presentation. Now I'm just going to quickly name it here. This is a good practice. So we'll call this 4 Steps to Focus. So that's going to be the theme of our presentation. Now, what we need to do is blend the text-based content from the article with a few visuals on this presentation deck. And we are going to do it in a way so that the deck will be our visual and we will be able to literally read the article. So we don't have to be good at presenting yet. That's a key piece of this. See, a lot of the video I'm creating for you right now, I'm just sort of speaking into the camera and saying what's on my mind. That's after many years of practice. I definitely could not do that. For the first few years, I had to script things. And so if you're at that level, then you can follow this process exactly, and you'll still be able to create a presentation on the fly with quite a bit of ease here. So let's go. Let's merge the article with this presentation, and I'm going to kind of bring both of these up on the screen at the same time here. We're going to want the slides to match our article content here. So let's start here by changing the title. So we know the title is 4 Habits to Help You Improve Your Focus. And by the way, this is private label rights content, this article. So by all means, go ahead and change the title. If you don't want to call it 4 Habits to Help You Improve Your Focus, let me minimize it here. Maybe you want to call it 4 Habits to Help You Improve Your Focus. 4 habits for better focus. Let's say that. And while I'm at it, I can make the font larger so it maybe just fills up a bit more of the page. And then obviously here, Canva is giving us a chance to add our branding. So I could say by Justin. I might want to add my company, Tools for Motivation there. Now this graphic here certainly does not represent focus, at least to me. So a cool thing about Canva is you can quickly drag and drop different graphics in. So we can go over here to Elements on the left side, and we'll do a quick search for focus. Now again, we have to be cognizant of these pro images. A lot of them that will show up in the search results are pro. So if you click See All, you'll eventually scroll down and you will see some, like this one isn't pro, and this one isn't pro. I kind of like this. So if you drag and drop this into the graphic, let me try that again here. Yeah, it'll actually redo this graphic here with the one that you've selected. So that one's a lot better, and that goes nicely with this slide. Then there's this notes feature down here at the bottom. I'm just going to click it, and it opens up the notes on the left side. So if you think about being a presenter, you could use this first slide to be your visual while you read the intro of the article. So I will take the intro of the article and copy that into my clipboard and paste it into the notes. Now, what's going to happen, I'm just going to kind of preview this for you. What's going to happen is when you go to record this, the notes will show up just for you as the presenter, but the screen will show up on the recording. So the people watching your video in the end will not be able to see the notes, but it gives you something to read and narrate if you're not all that comfortable with presenting yet. You simply need to read into a microphone, and then the slide will display the visual, which is really great. So next, we need to think about our next slide. So you look here at the article. The article is broken into 4 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, with a conclusion. We kind of talked about that before. And we probably don't want to paste all of section 1 right onto a slide. That's a lot of text. It's going to clutter things up. It's probably going to confuse the student. So we'd want to just maybe take a little block of this text and have a slide with some imagery on it, kind of encapsulate the message while we narrate the full lesson. So let's look through some of the slide templates here. I'm just going to click around and kind of look at some of the slides that are provided by Canva. So you can kind of see here, if we want to do 4 lessons, we might even be able to use, let's say, this slide 4 different times, each time selecting a different image. So we look at the first step here, have a daily plan. We could pop that in right here, make that a little wider so it doesn't go over to the next line. And then having a daily plan, a pair, again, to me, that doesn't represent a plan all that well. So I go back to Elements and I'll search for Planner. We'll have another look through there's graphics. I like the photos in this case. So let's look through photos that are not pro. All the ones that have a crown are pro. This kind of is a cool little planner here. So that's pretty good there. And then we've got some just lorem ipsum text here. So we need to have something on the screen. I would suggest we maybe read through this. I'll read through a little bit of here. So you should wake up every morning with a plan of what your day will look like. This doesn't have to be a detailed schedule that outlines every minute, but having a plan in place will eliminate small decisions. See, to me, that's more than enough. We can just take that and paste it in here, and that will be what's visually displayed on the slide while we read the rest of the point. So I'm just kind of increasing the font. And then we're going to click on Notes and paste in the entire passage for section 1 of the article here. So again, this becomes our note. I missed this piece here. I got to add that to the very beginning of my note. So this will now be my note, and then this is what the student will view. Now, if I go back to my slides here, so if this is slide 1, I had some extra slide content here that I needed to delete, so I'm going to hit delete here. This is slide 2, and then I'm going to pause my video right now and complete the rest of this presentation off camera, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like.
A few moments later.
All right, so I completed my short slide presentation here. It just took me a few minutes. I'll quickly walk through what I did, and I'll show you the notes sections as well. So here's the first slide. This is the intro of the article. Second slide, which includes point number 1 and all of our text that we need to narrate. Point 2, point 3, Point 4, oops, I didn't do that. Let's do that on the fly here. Point 4, I need that content in my notes. And then the closing slide, I also need my closing here. So I wasn't done. I wasn't being thoroughly honest with you there, but we're correcting it up here. Okay, and then now the entire article is in the notes, plus we have visuals to go with it. I might want to add the word focus here or something like that, but I just wanted to get the point across. So you can see just how quickly we can have a presentation built on the fly, and then the last step would be to record it. So here's the cool thing in Canva, is you can go up here to present, and then you can select present and record. Now, what happens next is pretty cool. It opens up the recording studio, and it will allow you to use your camera if you want, or just a microphone. Now, I'm already using the camera for the recording app that I have going to create this video for you, so I'm not going to allow it for this one. Well, I guess I need to click allow in order, I need to allow it. So let me just do this one more time. I'm not going to use a camera, but I am going to use a microphone, the one I'm using right now with you here. And then we're going to start recording. I'm not going to do the whole article, but I'll do the first couple of slides to show you how it would go. So let's get started. 4 Habits for Better Focus by Justin Popovich. Focusing comes in different forms for everyone. Some like to listen to music to help them focus, while others want complete silence. Keep reading for more tips that can help you find your focus. Now, here's a great example. I would want to redo that and say, keep listening. So this is one of the things you need to be aware of with PLR content, is have a look through. So I didn't do that. I would re-record this. Anyway, let's keep going. Step 1, have a daily plan. You should wake up every morning with a plan of what your day will look like. This doesn't have to be a detailed schedule that outlines every minute, but having a plan in place will eliminate small decisions that can get you off track. Having a plan will also give you a clear goal for how your day should progress and end. Take time every evening to write out, not just in your head, the plan for the next day. It can include what you will have for breakfast through what order you will complete your work in. It may also be helpful to prep items such as meals, coffee, and clothing to keep you on track. Notice I was reading all of this on the right side, and we would continue doing that. So let's hit end recording. Obviously, it's going to have some of my lessons here that I was explaining to you, but this is really cool. So right away, we have a shareable link with the video, which I'll copy and I'll put into another tab. But I also want to show you that you can save this recording as an MP4 video that can then be uploaded to your YouTube channel or Vimeo or really anywhere you see fit. So if I click download here, it actually starts exporting that MP4 into video format. And so that's quite powerful, especially if you start building up a YouTube channel or just want to have tutorial style videos or lesson style videos on your web properties, whether it's, again, on your social pages or maybe even on your website. While it's doing that, let's come over here and see. So we'll just cancel that. So this is the video that actually got created. I'll play it for you quickly here. 4 Habits for Better Focus by Justin Popovich. Focusing. So there's that section where I was having to pause my presentation and explain to you that I would need to re-record it. But again, you can see that, so we've got this video is literally embeddable and live here on Canva. More importantly, we have the ability to save it and download it to our local computer and upload it. But that's just how quickly you can have a presentation up and running. So to review the steps, we had an article that was in PLR format. In this case, it came from Tools for Motivation. Then we just went over to our free account at Canva and we clicked a presentation template. We selected one of the free templates. And then we merged the text content from the article into the template here. And then we used the recording studio to simply narrate the notes that were on the side of the screen while Canva recorded the visuals for our student. Super, super simple. Imagine if you set this up as just a daily habit. Once a day, I'm going to take a private label rights article, maybe customize the title a little bit, and before I know it, I've got a presentation up and running every single day. I'll commit to that for an entire month. You'd have 30 video presentations at your disposal, ready to brand, ready to help you sell more, ready to engage with your audience. Super powerful stuff. I hope you give this a try today. And if you like what you see, have a look at toolsformotivation.com, where we create courses for you. And inside of those course packages, we've already designed all of the slides and notes here for you so that you can actually record your own course on the fly and it's already ready to go. Have a look somewhere around this video for a link to one or more of our courses and you can see exactly what we've built. And just like that, you could have courses up and running using very similar technology and steps to what I showed you today. I hope you enjoy it and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.